So, there's this YouTuber named Zeyn Syre, and this woman has absolutely no idea how much she has affected my life. Like, seriously. One day, I was minding my own business, scrolling through YouTube like a normal human being. And then, I found her videos. Big mistake, because after that, my YouTube recommendations basically became, hey, have you watched Zeyn Syre? Want another Zeyn Syre video? How about another one? Maybe 5 more. And I was like, you know what? Sure. And before I knew it, I was binge watching her content every chance I got. And the thing about Zeyn Syre videos is that they made me want to create things too, which sounds sweet, but it was actually the beginning of my downfall, because suddenly I wanted to draw, not just for myself, but for people. Now, here's the thing. When I first started drawing, I wasn't exactly producing masterpieces. My art looked like it was fighting for its life. The anatomy was questionable, the proportions were questionable, everything was questionable. Even the paper was probably questioning my decisions. But I kept drawing anyway. And because I loved Zeyn Syre's videos so much, I started making traditional art inspired by some of the scenes and characters from her content. And before anybody gets the wrong idea, I always give credit. Always. I was so determined to give credit that my captions were practically essays. You could look at one of my posts and immediately know exactly where the inspiration came from. Meanwhile, I was over here acting like a lawyer preparing evidence for a court. No, Your Honor, I clearly stated here that the inspiration came from Zeyn Syre. Defendant, what do you have to say about that? The drawing wasn't good? Objection! But as time went on, something kind of unexpected happened. I got better. Not overnight, definitely not overnight, but eventually I started noticing progress. And every time I improved, I wanted to create more. And then I started posting more. And then I started making videos. Now, this sounds like a wonderful, inspirational moment. It wasn't. It was terrifying. Because making content looked easy when other people did it. Then I tried it myself. And suddenly, I understood why people disappeared for 9 months and then come back saying, sorry guys, I was busy. Busy doing what? And now, I know. Editing, drawing, recording, fixing mistakes, making thumbnails, questioning every life choice that led them to this moment. The whole package. But I kept going. And honestly, a huge part of why I kept going was because of creators like Zeyn Syre. And without realizing it, she had inspired me to start making my own content. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, think about it. One person uploads videos online. Another person watches them. That person gets inspired. And then they start creating things too. It's like a giant chain reaction. A very wholesome chain reaction. Now, over the years, I've made a lot of art. I made videos, I shared my work. Every now and then, a little thought appears in my brain. A thought that refuses to leave. What if Zeyn Syre saw this? Not because I expect her to, not because she has to, but because it would honestly be really cool. Imagine being inspired by someone for years and then one day they randomly come across your work. I think I would stop functioning. Not permanently, just long enough to embarrass myself. Because, let's be honest, if I ever got a notification from Zeyn Syre, I would not react normally. I wouldn't calmly say, oh, that's nice. No. I'd probably start running around the house like I just won the lottery. My family would think something terrible happened. And I'd be standing there pointing at my phone like, she saw it. Who saw it? She saw it. Who? Zeyn freaking Syre. And somehow, that explanation would make perfect sense to me. But whether she ever sees my work or not, I'm still grateful. Because the biggest thing she gave me wasn't a like, a comment, or a shout out. It was inspiration. She inspired me to start drawing. She inspired me to create videos. She inspired me to start my own channel. And honestly, that's worth way more than a notification. Although, a notification would still be pretty cool. Zeyn Syre, if you're somehow watching this, hi. Thank you for inspiring me, and thank you for accidentally turning me into someone who spends hours of drawings instead of touching grass. I appreciate it, mostly. And to everyone watching, if there's a creator who inspires you, don't just sit there thinking about it. Go make something, go write something, go draw something, create something. Because you never know where that inspiration may take you. In my case, somehow led me to a YouTube channel, which is still unbelievable. But hey, life is weird like that. Now, do I occasionally imagine Zeyn Syre noticing my art? Yes, absolutely. 100%. In my head, it happens like this. Please notice me. Look at my art. I spent 4 hours drawing this hand. Meanwhile, Zeyn Syre is probably peacefully existing somewhere, completely unaware of the chaos. Behold, I have created fan art. Please acknowledge my existence. I post a drawing. I wait. I check my notifications. Nothing. I check again. Still nothing. I check a third time because apparently I enjoy disappointing myself. And then I get a notification. My heart stops. My soul leaves my body. This is it. This is the moment. I open it. And it's my friend liking the post. Thanks, Hania.